Okay, Tommy and I came over to get started on this patio. Traction mats right around back. I'll meet you back there and we'll go over the patio. Okay, Tommy's gonna run that home and grab our dump trailer. Let's head around back. So we'll stay on these mats. This grass will come back. This is from the wall builder. Little indentation, nothing major, but we're not gonna harm this yard anymore. And if it gets muddy, now we're up on the mats. So this is what we got going on. Isn't that nice? So nice outdoor kitchen. We're gonna do 2 steps down, broken stone face. We're gonna wrap the entire project in a 2-foot border. Coming over here, 45ing it out, 2 foot in front of the fireplace, 45ing it back over there and up. And the reason I'm 45ing it is because we're gonna wrap this all with deck drain right through here. So I can cut those in 45 and piece them together, tie it right into our drainage pipe. So first thing we need to do is establish our height. We'll come down 21 3/4, mark our height, give it 2% fall, and that'll be the top of our patio. Then I'm going to dig out next to the wall as close as I can. He put these stones on a concrete pad. So I can't do anything about that. I'm going to dig in front of it, and we're going to pour a little footer / border, and then down the road, if they decide to, they are going to put some posts in a covered area attached to the house. So we want to make sure we're on something solid out here so we don't get any movement. To check this is, I measured down 7 1/4 from right here. We wanted 9 1/2 inches from the top, so I just double checked the top and bottom. Here's top of concrete. I put a nail back in here, just pinched it in the mortar joint at the right height. Now I pull the string across to my number down, 21 3/4. Now with a string pulled tight right to my mark, put a level right on that, following the plane of the string. Quarter bubble, 2%. So if I pull this up a little bit, you can see how that bubble increases going uphill. So right there is my perfect height. Whoop, a little bit low, there we go. Right about there. So that is one way to get your fall and pitch that we're looking for. We have a transit in the truck, but Tommy's in the truck right now, so I'm just trying to stay ahead and get some marks here ready to go. We can set up our laser and do the math. You know, we're about 14 feet, so that would be 14 1/4 inches. What is that? 3 1/2 inches of fall and down. So a couple different ways to do it. That's how I'm doing it right now with a string and a level. Okay, one last thing in this corner. I leveled over from my mark to this corner. Now I gave it my quarter bubble climb up to that, and we're level across here. So as soon as Tommy gets here, we'll snap some chalk lines and highlight all that. I can start pulling that dirt back, getting ready for the footer while I'm waiting on Tom. Over here in this corner, this is top of concrete right here. So about 3 inches above the dirt. So I'm going to dig some of this topsoil out of here. We'll just stockpile a little bit out here. They ran a gas line, so they have to dress this up. I'll just leave a little bit of topsoil. This needs to go down right here, guessing 4 inches. Go up the ramps, dump it. I used to dump it on the street, skid loader, loader it into the back of a dump truck. Much easier this way. We can raise that up a little bit to help that ramp, but that's not bad at all. I think that's going to be about the last buggy full of dirt going out. I'll just keep this little bit right here for some blending. I'm just going to come in and clean up this wall. I think we're good. As soon as Tom comes back, we'll get some lines on, check my fall. Start digging my footer. There it is, quarter bubble fall, 2%. This is our low in the corner where it connects to the drain. Back up, and then right here, slight fall draining that way. All right, dig the footer. The guys just called, they're on their way. I think that's going to be about the last buggy full of dirt going out. I'll just keep this little bit right here for some blending. I'm just going to come in and clean up this wall. I think we're good. As soon as Tom comes back, we'll get some lines on, check my fall. Start digging my footer. Okay, there it is, quarter bubble fall, 2%. This is our low in the corner where it connects to the drain. Back up, and then right here, slight fall draining that way. All right, dig the footer. The guys just called, they're on their way. Okay, underway, putting the border together. Outside of pillar lines up with corner of house. inside of border lines up with corner of pillar. I think we're in 1.5 inches too far, guys. Matt, I think we're in 1.5 inches too far on this one. Jim, check that out.
Yep.
So then this runs parallel with the wall. 45 right here, and then back in. I'm working on these steps. This bottom step is 14 inches bigger than the door.
Did you measure it?
And my top step will be bigger than the door. I'm sorry, to the edge of the door. Okay, Steve just drilled some holes for our tap cons for wire tie. I made a notch right here, so I'm sitting on solid. Bottom is right to top of patio. These are tricky, you can't square them. 2%. So you can just, whatever works. If I run a straight edge back, that drip edge, now I have 1.5 inches there and 1.5 inches here. And then you just stand back and look at it, and you make sure it looks good. So that's about the best way I can get that to square. Or, about right here, it's pretty good. So squaring off of their drip edge, checking it that way, that's a good start. Okay, I'll get the other side on. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, camera is fully charged. Here's my top step. Step liner goes right in here, curved, straight, curved back in. Next one steps out 14 and 14. Step liner, curve, straight across, and curve back in. Border lines up with the inside of our step liner. Parallel to the house, over one little correction here, cleaning up this corner, making it look nice and square. It's hard measuring off of that stone, so you measure it, then you stand back and look at it. This comes straight into the pillar now, straight down in front of the fireplace, 2 feet off of the wall. So I'm going to put deck drain in right here. All of this is sloping towards the wall, so into deck drain, 45 at around here, dropping it straight down into our pipe right there, right there. All right, border coming around out here, even with the back of the outdoor grill area. Corner of house. This is all border, stamp in the middle. All right, we're going to start getting some stone in here, getting this all prepared. Okay, I just gave our dirt a quick tamp, knocked down all the spoils from the footer. There is a drain, step out of there, Steve. There's a drain right over there that the township put in. This is all gravelled underneath here. You can almost see the different soil. It goes right through there, then right behind my machine is another drain. This is all stoned in, so now it shows up right when I'm talking. So I'm counting on any water under this patio finding that drain. Finding that drain and following it out. Not that it'll go in the pipe, but it's encased in gravel and it'll follow the pitch of that pipe, the slope of the pipe. So we'll get some stone in place. We're using limestone. It locks together real nice. We're pouring about 4.5, 5 inches thick. We want to get rebar under this form, into our concrete, into our main. So you'll see all that when we're done. Right in there. We're leaving this nice and heavy.
Want like a sprinkle of gravel in that footer?
Just a little bit. We can leave this very corner heavy. There you go. No, nothing in the footer. Yep. Okay. There it is, all stoned and tamped. Just waiting on about a half a wheelbarrow of stone right in that corner, and we are good. So we were heading back home from that home sweet home job. Quite a bit of time left, so we came over here to the patio. We'll get this drain fitted in today, rather than trying to mess with it in the morning while the mixer is here. Just making a couple of cuts. And I have this old miter saw. I actually bought this 20 years ago whenever I built my house. 22 years ago. And it still looks pretty good. So it just gives us a real nice cut. Nice and clean. Rather than trying to do it with a power saw. And as soon as you get almost done, it chips the corner away. So I use this. Nice clean cut. And we have these inserts that go in to help hold them together. Let's head over here. So I'm screwing the drain to our form so we get concrete around it. And that way we don't have to hold it in place while we're pouring. Everything's just set right where we want it. I haven't used this in a while. The batteries. I got this last year. I have never even charged this battery yet. Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't remember it ever being on the charger. Time to put it on the charger. Okay. So that's that. Now I just have to make my 45s and connect. So I just have to measure from outside to inside. 25, about 25 and a 16th. So I'll go cut that and we'll see how it fits. So I set my saw to a 22.5 and it locks in place. Now whenever I position my saw blade on here, I want to go right between the drainage. There's openings in the top of the drain. Now, let me get this cut. That way I didn't cut right through a notch. Like it right there? Yep. Alright, so that's what we're looking for. They line up really nice. This one's just out of bump. I can back that screw off. Perfect. All right, let's run this one. Okay, so I just got done drilling. I punched a couple of holes in this lid right here. Now I'm going to encase this all in gravel. This is at the lowest point in our patio. So any water accumulates in here, it's going to find these holes right to the drain. It'll help. Okay, last piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, I really like them.
That's my drop into the pipe.
Having to run pipe and all that other stuff.
Good.
All kinds of neat stuff these
Slide
days.
back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Center that up.
Bye for pepper seeds, guys.
I thought my bit was going to fall out of the drill right in there. Isn't that usually what happens?
They have to get the splash down.
Yeah, pipe in there.
And I'm like, no. So like I was trying to get it, he had a drain put across the back. And they actually had to come back 3 or 4 times because I'd have to go run off one side of the hill. So EJ actually mounted it.
Okay, good.
A few years ago, so 12-inch pipe straight out through here. So it runs good underneath and over.
Screw this together.
And I tied into, they had a 6-inch one in there before, so I'm like, I can have that. Oh no, absolutely not. But yeah, Maddox and stage double.
How's your joint down there?
That's a fun one.
Huh?
I'm butted into it.
Is it perfect? Need to go to you at all?
No.
Now I'm going to silicone around that. We're pouring tomorrow, encasing everything in concrete. With doing our steps like this, we had this little lip right here that we only have 1 inch of concrete on. So I chiseled the stone out. Now we cut this flashing down and bent it so we have plenty of thickness here. So we're just putting ice and water shield up underneath of that. Any water gets behind here, gets here, we'll follow that right down into our stone for drainage. Can I give you a hand, Steve?
Yeah, let me get this wire through first.
All right.
What do you need?
I'll need to share that.
Oh, wait, one little pinhole in that. Yeah, it's sticky stuff.
This is the good stuff.
And then this just goes all the way up underneath of that flashing. Tight to the foundation. We'll put a little slice here for our rebar. Okay.
And pull a rubber ducky.
There we go.
No. I'll put these in.
Okay. Fitting our step liner in place. Just makes a real nice curved corner. Just matching those up.
You happy with that?
You could have a little bit back. Good. Keep that the same as that, then they match. Putting our joint clips on it. That way nobody has to hold it while we're pouring. Okay, 10-4. Okay, with all of our step liner in place, putting our wire tie. Rather than go through the step liner through the face like we normally do, we go bottom and top, right up at the corner. Matt, you're right in my shot.
No, I'm under it. You're good.
And the nail. Give them a nice twist. You want these nice and tight around these screw heads. If that comes off during the pour, game over. Hold these nice and tight. Nice and tight. Twist. I always twist one and twist the other one around it. It's an old Boy Scout trick.
Is it?
Like that. This I don't like.
That's how I did mine.
Yeah. But as long as it doesn't come loose, that's all that matters.
More than one way skin cap on.
Yeah. So I do them up at the corner. See how tight you're starting.
Makes sense.
New guy.
I'm new, sorry.
You want these nice and straight coming out. Okay, we are about ready. One last thing, Steve's putting a nail in there, twisting those tight. Now be careful, because you could bow that in. So corners real tight, middle snug, and you're okay. All right, let's get some concrete going. Okay, Steven just put the color in the mixer. An extra 50 revs on that drum. Look at the heat coming out of it. Can you see the steam? Nice cool morning. Perfect working conditions. I don't think there's any place we'd rather be. So what's going to happen, they'll bring the concrete back here in power buggies. We're not going to dump it. We're just going to shovel it into place, into these steps. If we try and dump it, now things are moving, things are splashing. A lot of shoveling. It goes quick though. It's only 2 foot wide. We're going to start here, hit those steps, down the wall, right around here, around the footer, encase my drain, and close it off. So I'll put you on time lapse. If there's anything worth talking about, I'll mention it to you. We need some liquid release on those liners.